everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike and T. Hello, T.
Hey, Bob.
How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
Doing okay.
Oh, just okay?
Sure.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing wrong.
Just not great.
No, but that's always the case.
Okay.
So I'm doing all right. It's as good as you're going to get.
Fair enough.
Yeah. How was your day so far?
That's okay, I guess.
Okay. It's, what day is it?
Hump day.
Hump day.
Mike.
So so we're coming to the end of it, which is good. And then probably the best week of the year.
Turkey day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good week, man.
Yeah, you know why? Do you know why Thanksgiving is the greatest holiday in America?
No gifts.
No gifts.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to buy shit for people,
Yeah.
especially people that don't need shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that is a huge... It's like, wait a minute, I just have to show up and be my wonderful self? And
It's a lovely way of looking at it.
yeah, I love it. I was talking to my mom, and she's like, what about this for Thanksgiving and this? And I was like, it sounds like a lot of work, honestly.
Yeah.
She's got all these dips and cheese balls and...
It is a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, that sounds like an awful lot of work. She's like, what? I thought you were going to help me with it. I was like, I absolutely will help you with it.
There you go.
Yeah. So I
That
think
makes
I'm
it
gonna,
less work.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there. And historically, it's been me and my dad and my brother in the living room watching pregame while my sister and mom do everything.
Perfect.
It was kind of that household
Yeah,
growing up.
Sure.
But now I'm inclined to help out. You want me to chop some olives for your
Well, you're
cheese
torn
ball,
because
or-
you're either in the kitchen with Mom or you're in the family room with Bob.
Yeah.
Bob ain't in there helping.
Oh, God, no. Oh, hell
No,
no.
he did it right.
Yeah.
So you're torn. You got to split time between the two, and then you get to dip because you're like, Mom, I got to go spend time with Dad.
Yeah,
feel
that's
bad.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So when stuff gets a little complicated, you get in the weeds over there.
Yeah.
When you got to
Yeah.
start folding it in.
Yeah.
Time to book. Go
Yeah.
spend a little quality time with Pops.
Exactly. And basically that means me and Pops don't say a word to each other. We just watch the TV together.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's the greatest. He knows the rules. I know the rules. If we talk, we're going to fight about something. And so we just don't.
Watch the game.
Yeah, watch the game.
Enjoy. It's
can-
a day full of football.
Scream at the TV. Yeah, my Niners are playing. Wait, no, are they
No,
Christmas or Thanksgiving? I
don't think they're-
Oh, I think they are Thanksgiving.
Are they one of the Thanksgiving
I
games?
think they're playing Seattle at 8:20.
Oh, is that the late game? I see.
Yeah, I believe it is. I always get those games Christmas mixed up because I think they're playing Christmas night too, maybe against Baltimore.
Oh, that's a big game.
Yeah,
Super Bowl preview.
I believe that's in
based
San
on the
Francisco too.
based on the Super Bowl logo this year.
Oh yeah, exactly. We learned that a couple weeks ago,
That is correct.
so I'm excited. By the way, yesterday when we were starting the show and I had a story and I was like, maybe we were doing the story about Matt Petgrave getting arrested and released. He's not like thrown in a clink somewhere. He's the guy that slashed the other hockey player,
Yeah.
Adam Johnson's throat, and killed him on the ice, basically. And whether or not that was just like a freak hockey play or, homicide.
Yeah, premeditated murder.
So if you remember, I texted Drapes, and all I said was, "Hey man, you got 5 minutes to chat." And literally as soon as we got done with the show, as soon as I sat on the couch, bloop, yeah, sure. And I was like, "Hey bud, we were live at the time when I texted you, so I said, but hey, maybe tomorrow." And I said, sometime 5, 6-ish, something like that. If you've got just a few minutes, he said, sure. And then he came back with, what are we talking about? And I was like, well, I wanted I was curious about what your thoughts were on the Adam Johnson, Matt Petgrave incident, blah, blah, blah. And he just came back with zero chance.
Yep. Nope.
He's like, nope, not stepping out. I was like, Drapes, you've always been a smart guy. I said, you know me long enough to know that I'm never going to, hang you out to dry on the show or anything like make you look bad or gotcha you or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's like, I know,
there's no
but...
point in saying anything that could potentially
Right.
come
Why?
back. Right.
Why?
It does nothing. Has nothing to do with him.
My rationale to him was, you know what? There's a lot of NHL guys giving their opinions all over
Yeah.
sports media landscape right now, and so I certainly don't want to put you in an awkward position. I'm glad I didn't just blow in a call to you. Thank you for that, Troy, because I probably would have. So I didn't know if it was like, something you could talk about or blah, blah, blah. And he came back again, zero chance.
Smart man.
I said, all right, Chris, next time I call you or text you, it'll be Red Wing or front office related, this and that, and congrats on the start of the season. It's great, and I hope we see your kid up there soon. Blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
that'd be great.
So,
man, that would be so cool.
Yeah, he said he's working his ass off.
Yep.
I said,
Doesn't,
he's a fucking Draper. Of course, he's working his ass
Isn't
off.
there another one coming up, like Lindstrom's kid or something like that? Isn't there another one of their kids that's
In what system? Like just in the NHL system? You mean?
Yeah, well, I thought somewhere with the Wings.
Oh,
Somewhere in
maybe
their system.
He
Could
was
be
a
thinking of
freak of
something
nature
else.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Lindros, I don't know who his kid is, or
Nope.
if Chris's kid has half the hustle that Chris did.
Oh, the heart on that kid.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
unbelievable. It was so fun to watch. I wanted to talk to him before too long, anyways. Just like it's so crazy because we're all the same age. Drapes, Mac, you and I, and to think when they were in the heyday of it, we were 25 years old, and like you wake up in the blink of an eye, and here we are, old men, and he's in the front office. Like, it's just got to be surreal.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as surreal for him, but it sure as shit is for me.
Yeah. I mean, with the career he had, and always being involved in hockey, and now being into the front office.
Yeah.
It's probably just kind of another day.
And
at
on the right
office.
track. I rely heavily on my brother for this. My brother in Arizona, he's the guy that watches preseason. He watches farm teams. He's up on who they drafted 6 years ago because he knows they're not going to play in the NHL for 6 years. Some are going to go to college. Some are going to go overseas.
Yeah.
Even after they're drafted, he's like, see, even if you see Drape's kid, it's not going to be for 5 or 6 years minimum. But he's up to that level, like almost like scout level. And he's like, bro, this is going to be awesome.
Can't wait.
This team is legit.
And Stevie
gearing
we
up,
trust.
putting the pieces in place. What Drapes is doing is amazing. What Stevie's doing is amazing. And I'm really excited about that.
Kid they signed this year is from Farmington Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, brought him in, and he lit it up. I don't know. I haven't seen too much of what they've been doing, but the first week of the season or something, he had like 6 goals in 3 games or something stupid like that.
I just haven't paid that much attention. I need to because I do like the sport a lot. It's a fun sport. It's just
The Pistons are shit in the bed, so let's go Red Wings.
yeah, it's always good when your teams are doing well.
Absolutely.
And certain cities and regions have that where it's like, your hockey club's doing well, your baseball team.
Well, and it's cyclical like that. And I think
Yeah.
they were all kind of on the way up, and they are for the most part. We'll see where the Tigers end up, and
Yeah.
I would have hoped the Pistons were a little farther along with
Yeah, I
these draft
think we
picks
all
they've
would.
gotten. But
Yeah.
with 9 in a row they've lost.
It seems like the
But they're all like
NBA
close good. They lost like 128, 126. Like,
Right,
You know what I mean? It's like, God damn, you're right there.
Yeah, yeah. Basketball seems like one you could just buy to me.
Yeah, on some level,
With
yeah.
with 5 starters, it's like go buy 3 superstars and we'll see you in the finals.
Yeah.
It's
Problem
it's
is you got to
not-
have
it's not
one or
so
two to
easy.
start with to be able to bring other guys in.
Yeah.
And you got to be a market that can draw
I
them
feel
in.
I feel like if you had the right salesman pitching these guys, like we're gonna go with the Fab Five model. We're gonna go with what Notre Dame tried to do with Brady Quinn, right? We're gonna bring in 5-star talent as freshmen to play together and grow together. And that's what the Fab Five did with tremendous success. And that's what Brady Quinn's squad tried to do at Notre Dame. And it seems like you could get 3 guys that are just, for whatever reason, can't put it over the top. They just don't have enough on there and just be like, you 3, we think together, overpay. Who gives a shit? If you get in the running and, it's obviously not that easy.
I was going to say, if it was that simple, I think
it just
everybody would
seems
be
that.
doing
I
it.
just said it seems.
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be, because you're not dealing with, 60 players. You're dealing with 5.
Yeah.
And then, put together a sweet little bench and I could be a GM.
There, exactly. Just give me the checkbook.
I'll
buy
I
us a
totally sound like I
championship.
know what I'm talking about, don't I?
Yeah, no, actually, not at all.
All I said was seems. Seems like it'd be easy.
Yes.
So many teams do that too. When they get good, you just one guy away.
Yeah,
You just go buy it. Well, why can't we be 2 guys away and go buy 2?
because I think we're more than 2.
Maybe.
Seems like
know.
it.
You familiar with
I do
actor,
like some Cade Cunningham, though. The kid's got spunk.
Yeah, hopefully he turns out. And the fact that he wants to be here, Cade in Detroit attitude, is really cool. Most people are like, going to Detroit, cool. And we know the positives of here.
Yeah.
But they don't. Why
No,
would they?
well, especially young kids. I mean,
Yeah.
they coming up. I mean, these, especially in NBA, when you're younger than most.
Yeah.
These kids are 19, 20 years old coming out. They get
Right.
1 year of college, whatever,
Right.
and then come out. So they don't know. I mean, they haven't. They don't remember the Bad Boys. They weren't. They weren't
hell
alive.
no.
They don't.
No.
They barely remember the Pistons, the Chauncey, era.
That's like us remembering Elvis to them.
Yeah.
You're talking about 30 years before they were born.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's been a pretty rough stretch for the city of Detroit and our sports teams for
Yeah.
a decade.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. It's been tough. It's been tough. It's been really tough, actually, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
It's
What
been
was the
awful.
last good team we had? I mean, like the 08 Tigers
Yeah, 2010 Tigers
through there.
in there. Yeah.
What was their Super
I
Bowl?
feel
At 8. I mean, it's World Series. So what year was that?
they had two of them
When was the last one?
versus the Cardinals and the Giants, right? Weren't those the two? They got swept by the Giants. That one sucked. And they were the better team, 100%. If they didn't get 9 days off because they smoked everybody earlier in the series
Right.
and had like a 9-day off after playing every other day for a year, and they
Yep.
take 9 days off, and the team looked like shit.
Yeah, you get a little
They
rust.
just did. And so they should have never lost to the Cardinals. But, it's the way it goes. So,
Why they play the game?
yeah, exactly.
I'm so bad with years.
Oh, so am I.
Timeline.
So am I.
Couldn't even get that. Could have been 2006. That could have been 2016.
Yeah.
And
it
anywhere
could have
in
been
between.
fucking 98. Let's be honest. I don't have any idea either.
Right.
I want to say, because here's the only way I keep that sort of in check is because the Giants won
Even years.
even years for 3 years. And I think it was 10, 12, 14 or something like that. Or, I want to say it was double digits, like 10, 12, 14. Maybe 12 was the last one. So the Giants Tigers was one of those. I want to say 10, but it could have been, I'm as bad as you.
Perfect.
Doesn't matter.
All
But
right.
We know that series happened, though.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I did too. Every game, every pitch. for that
Congratulations.
matter.
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it sucked. Are you familiar with an actor named Will Wheaton?
Will Wheaton.
I feel like I know that name,
yeah,
but not
it's-
from what they brag about him doing.
Okay, I was going to say, I picture like a skinny little white kid.
Yeah, that's what I picture too. Exactly.
But-
Will with one L. So you obviously can't trust the guy.
Oh, boy.
Right out the gate.
All right.
He's a Will Wilhelm with one L in Will. Star Trek actor. And I know you're a huge Trekkie.
Big fan.
Big,
fan.
both of us, huge Trekkies.
Yeah.
But I think we missed the Will Wheaton part of the saga.
Yeah, that is not who I mean,
Let me see, because, dude, maybe we're thinking of the same guy.
oh, wait. Yeah, that's right, because it's
Oh, wait. I
It's-
recognize the one guy.
wait. Yeah, that's him.
Was he in Stand By Me?
Yeah.
That's why we know
That's
the
why
name.
I know it. That's why I know
okay,
it. It's
okay.
them.
He was one
But
of the
I was
kids
looking
in
at all
Stand
these
By Me.
pictures going, what the fuck? Okay, so then he was apparently a Trekkie somewhere not too long after this.
Is that the same dude with the beard?
Yes, that's him now.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So he was in Stand By Me?
I guess, yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, right, because that's I recognize him from that. That's got to be him.
Yeah, and they've got it spelled retarded like that too. W-I-L.
Yeah,
From Stand
just
By
one
Me.
L, yeah. Couldn't
Well-
afford the second one, I guess.
He's gone on to recently explain why he feels compelled to keep wearing a mask in public.
Oh, no.
Public settings,
Oh, no.
even though people act like dicks about it. I thought we'd already established this to signal who you're voting for,
Yeah.
and to show you're better than everyone,
Clearly.
right? Like, isn't that the whole point of wearing the mask?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think there was another point possible.
Yeah, I think it's exactly.
Talk about how great you are as a
there is.
humanity.
Don't forget the virtue signaling. There is that.
Yeah, but isn't that
aspect of it.
kind of thrown into the mix of like, look how great I am? Isn't
Yeah,
that the virtue signal itself?
I guess. You know,
I
but-
suppose you could throw that in there if you want to
greater
pile on a
good.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to signal who you're voting for.
Fair. Yep, exactly
Right?
right. Yep.
And,
I
yeah.
did go down a rabbit hole of defiant L's today, and I tell you,
Good shit.
I mean, it really warms the cockles of my heart seeing this stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes around it's amazing.
Explain Defiant L's. Is that like Libs of TikTok?
No, Defiant L's is on X, and they take people's old tweets and then compare them with new tweets, put them side by side when they absolutely contradict themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing. It is such an amazing read of just how fucking stupid people really are.
Yeah.
Is
it all liberals? Are there
mostly
are there righties on there too?
I don't know. I don't know. So I would say it's probably like Libs of TikTok in that it seems to target certain people.
Yeah. Or is it just that certain people
or that's where the flip-flopping is coming from. So
well, I feel, and I'm sure you feel very, very much that Elon Musk tweet at one point where he's standing here and everything keeps getting further and further away from him, which makes him look more and more ultra mega.
Yep.
I feel like that. Like you could go back and listen to a show from a decade ago, and I'd be having the same basic opinions on things. Like I don't feel like I've just shifted with the winds of whatever the kids are into nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
I don't think so. I'd like to think I haven't.
I think our thoughts have never, ever wavered on like border security.
No, not.
You know what I mean?
All,
It wasn't me that changed on that. It was a whole other side of the aisle that changed on all that.
That's correct.
And we have done it at times, pulled audio of Obama and Chuck Schumer and, name the libtard. All of them raving on and on about border security and how important a wall is. That audio is all out there. So it's like, you're not going to find any audio out there of me or you. I don't care if it's 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or 5 years ago. You're not going to find any audio out there of us going, you know what, a wall is racist. Why would you even consider building a wall? No human being's illegal. And then 2023, we need a wall to keep these fucking people out.
Exactly.
No, that's never happened.
That's a lot of these are, especially people like these mayors and
Democrat-run cities.
Yeah, the fucking
mayors and governors.
Yeah, what do they call the cities they are? They're
liberal shithholes.
Yes, that too. No, sanctuary cities. Excuse me.
Ah, yes.
Right, and then one of them was like, "It's just whining." We're not set up for this. Like these border towns, in Texas. Fucking idiot! They're not set up for it either.
No,
what they're supposed.
How arrogant is that?
It's amazing. It's so.
That is so rude too.
I cannot recommend enough to go down a Defiant L's rabbit hole on X and just watch the lunacy that goes on.
I wonder if they believe it or if they even recognize it, or if is it shameful to people to be like, oh God, I had the absolute opposite opinion not 3 years ago. And what changed? I don't know that there's anything that I've changed that strongly on. I'm sure there is, but I don't, not on big things.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of it, of course, I'm assuming here's whoever, Mandela Barnes, just an example. From 21, repealing the mask mandate is basically an insurrection against public health.
Ah, okay.
Fast forward to 22. Your body, your choice. I don't care what the GOP says. There's no room for government in your doctor's office. The hypocrisy is mind-boggling.
Yeah,
it's so fun to watch.
It's funny to watch.
It is. It is.
It's comical if it wasn't happening in real time to us.
If it wasn't so sad, it'd be funny.
It's pretty pathetic.
Anyway, so Will Wheaton is a fuck dipshit. Apparently.
Yeah. So
although he looks, at least in the old pictures, he looks a bit frail. Maybe he's got some health issues.
I don't think so.
And again,
it's just
I will, I stand by the fact that if you want to wear a mask, by all means.
Knock yourself out.
By all means.
Yeah.
Don't give me a dirty look for not wearing one. Don't say a fucking word to me about it.
Am I allowed to laugh, chuckle out loud when I walk by?
Sure. Just like they're allowed to fucking scold you when you're not wearing one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It goes both ways. Take the public ridicule. You can wear it.
Mm-hmm.
You get laughed at.
Yeah.
Just like walking around with a high heels and a dress with your cock hanging out.
Yeah.
And then, you're going to get laughed at a little bit, but you do you, son.
I can't do it. I can't walk by without at least a mild scoff.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't. You look so ridiculous, and your mask is so filthy, and you look like a complete slob, so many of these people.
I like to give people somewhat of the benefit of the doubt in that, okay, maybe they're not feeling well, And they're wearing a mask to try to protect the people
Not the ones
around
I'm
them.
talking about.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
But
they're sending a very clear message in their Subarus. We know exactly who they are.
Covered with bumper stickers.
Yeah.
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 Those we know those people.
Those people. Some guy was in front of me today in a Subaru, and he's going, I don't know, 18 miles an hour in a 45. And I'm just like, we know who you're voting for. Get out of the fucking way. Get out of the way. I could have fucking ran his car off the road.
Could have.
I wish I would have. So someone asked me why my wife Ann and I wear masks to hockey games, and because they weren't a dick about it, I answered them.
Okay.
Thanks, Will.
You should be able to, if you can ask a legitimate question, hey, how come you still wear a mask?
Yeah.
Is it COVID? Are you sick?
Are you retarded?
You got the HIV? Are you just
Have you not read an article or
what are we
a
doing?
book in years? Like, what's the deal
Right.
here?
Do
Would
I, have
that be
to, do I have
considered-
to ask you this question from 6 feet away?
Yeah. Should I back up 6 feet? You know, the arbitrary number they invented at the time
Yeah.
that had no basis in reality?
A sneeze can only travel 6 feet.
Yeah, right. Sure. So his response was, and he was posting his full reply for future references. So if you run into Will Wheaton,
Okay.
just reference back to this post, and then you won't have to ask him anything like that. COVID is very much still a thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, who said that?
Will.
Dr. Wheaton?
Yeah, Dr. Wheaton.
All right.
COVID is very much still a thing. And so is the flu, the common cold, and other respiratory illnesses. I started masking during the pandemic because I didn't want to get sick and die. I have kept masking when I'm in close proximity to others, large crowds or small spaces indoors, because I haven't had the flu or cold or, God forbid, COVID since I made that choice. Me either, Will.
No.
No,
Nope.
T hasn't either.
I have not.
And-
even without wearing a mask.
Yeah, we don't look like assholes walking around the street
Yeah.
or driving around by ourselves either.
Oh, you know, I would have had more respect for this turd if you'd have been like, oh, just I don't really want people recognizing me.
Yeah, totally makes
So,
sense.
you know, the
It was
mask
great
makes it
during the
easier.
pandemic when I could walk down the street and I was anonymous.
Yeah. Guess what, buddy? You're still anonymous.
Yeah,
We had to look up your picture and then still didn't know who the fuck
mean,
you are.
that had
the only
to
reason we knew who you were was from a movie from 40 years ago or whatever
Right.
the hell it was.
Right.
What year was that? Oh, I won't go down there.
Yeah, it had to be early 90s, right? Like
That's what I was
90,
thinking.
91.
Somewhere in there. Because that was
Great fucking movie,
a
though.
young River Phoenix.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
alive River Phoenix.
And Alive River Phoenix. Also, what's his name that thinks he's Michael Jackson that just sucks?
Oh, like sucks.
He's just talentless. Yeah.
The Corey.
Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Feldman. Feldman's in that movie. River Phoenix, Will Wheaton, and is it the one married to Stamos' ex?
No, was he in that?
He might have been.
He might have been. What's their cast?
It's a great movie if you haven't
It
seen
is.
it.
All right.
It really is. As far as I remember.
Yeah, there was a fat kid in there.
Yeah, who ate the blueberry pie. But was he part of the four, though? The fat
Oh,
kid?
God damn it.
What?
You know who directed that?
Huh.
Fucking Rob Reiner.
Yeah, yeah. He's got some great hits under his belt, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell, yeah.
A young Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer was in that.
Yeah. What you know about that?
I did not know that.
There you go.
Yeah. So he didn't want to get sick and die, blah, blah, blah. It's such a tiny, simple thing, and it makes a huge difference for me.
John
the
Cusack.
Masking. It's too bad so many people have decided to make another personal health choice that is none of their business, that doesn't affect them at all, just another part of their culture war. And it tells you everything you need to know about a person when they are a dick about it. It proves basically, Will, that you're a useful idiot, by definition.
Yeah, exactly.
You got stuffed the narrative in Hollywood 3 years ago, and you still think that's reality.
I wore a mask. I'm still alive. Hence, I need to wear a mask to stay alive.
To stay alive. T, the common cold still exists.
Apparently. He
And
thanks to
COVID's
Dr.
less,
Witten. I know.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure COVID's less harmful than the common cold at this point.
Got to be now. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Wheat went on to describe how a fellow hockey game attendee who was there coughing and sneezing his face off. I'd love to see that video of that person because I highly doubt someone was coughing and sneezing their face off. Not that couldn't happen.
I bet their face was still fully attached at the end
Yeah.
of that game.
So during the game, this was going on, which he presented as a very good reason to be wearing a mask. That's basically why I wear a mask whenever I'm in a crowd and why I wish it wasn't such a big, stupid deal, pro or against. Well, one team made it a stupid big deal, pal. Sorry, Will. It's as simple as that. Remember the ones that didn't want people that didn't want to mask up? They didn't want them in society. They wanted them all fired from their jobs.
Yep.
They didn't want to allow them in public spaces. Remember when your president said, we're getting really tired of those people? Remember all that, Will? That was when it became a political football like it is. So this pro or against, nobody that was against masking for themselves had any issue with you masking until they made it so like you could never work again. We're firing you from fire departments and all that shit. Yep. And you can't be in the military. You shouldn't be welcome in polite society. All of those things. Have you forgotten about those, Will? Which side was doing that? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yep.
But it seems like it was pretty simple at the time. Next, he said people appreciate his masking.
Do they?
Yeah.
About half the country?
Yeah, I'd say about 50%
Yeah,
of the people. And maybe 90% of the people he runs around and bumps into in Hollywood. So it may seem like a lot.
Sure.
Really appreciate. I would like to see the people that are coming up to him and, really giving him props.
He's just walking down the street. Hi, Will.
Yeah.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Rob.
Just constantly, pulling it down like, dude, thank you for the sacrifice you're making for all of us. You're really saving society, Will. I see a lot of thank yous for wearing masks in our photos. I appreciate the kindness, but we're not making a statement. We're silent heroes. Look, it's simple as that. Don't give us more credit than we deserve. Are we heroic in nature? Yeah, obviously. We're wearing a mask in public.
Clearly.
So,
But again, listen, if that's what he chooses to do, it's fine. That was the whole point of the anti-mask debate. You want to wear one, fine, but you can't make me wear one.
right. My body, my choice.
My body, my choice. So your body, your choice. You want to wear a mask, that's fine. So we can point and laugh,
I just,
Yeah, just chuckle. You just know, like, okay,
Yeah.
I see what we're dealing with here.
yeah, I'll act like I'm on my phone. So when they turn around, they're not totally sure. I'll be like, sorry, I'm on the phone. Nothing to do with your purple hair and your filthy mask. I can't get over the lady that I ran into. Some white inner 20s, filthy, shitty millennial in Potbellies. This fucking moron with purple and green hair. I'm telling you, it was the dirtiest mask I've ever seen in a human.
Yeah.
Filthy. Only outdone by her shoes. Her untied, fucked up white, what was once white sneakers and sweatpants.
No, that's a good look.
Yeah, just going under with a mask on and line, and I was like,
You gonna take that off to eat?
yeah, hilarious. But just between bites.
Yeah.
Just put it back down.
I pulled that on, lady. I don't remember what I think. I can't remember. I muttered something under my breath, like "you cunt," something along those
Yeah,
lines.
fair.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
One of those.
yeah.
And
What
she
an
turned around.
asshole.
She said, "Excuse me, what did you say?" I go, "I'm sorry, I'm on the phone."
Yeah.
No earbuds in, nothing.
Yeah.
He just pointed at my ear. I go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone." And she goes, "Oh." It's a great move, dude. Not even no earbud in, nothing.
Yeah.
I go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone.
There's a guy that does prank videos in stores like that.
Yeah. Says the raunchy shit, or,
Yeah, like,
whatever.
You disgusting fat pig walking by some fat woman at the store, and she's like, "Excuse me." He's like, "I'm on the phone." What?
Yeah. Excuse me.
What? I'm on the phone. They're like, "Oh," and same thing, just a finger in the ear.
Yeah.
No AirPods, no nothing.
It's a good move.
Yeah, it's great. It's fun to see. So we're not making a statement. We're not modeling behavior. We are doing what is best for us. Period.
Okay.
Okay, mentally, if that's part of what
You do you, buddy.
Yeah, do you? This isn't a statement. It's just a personal health choice. That's where you lose a lot of people because the health benefits from you wearing a mask are literally zero, Will. And you don't have to read very far, dig very deep to know that, okay? At all, you know? You fell for it. You know, lots of people fall for shit.
Hook, line, and stinker.
Yeah. If it helps normalize the entire thing, I'm happy for that passive bonus. But it's not something I'm spending an action or even a bonus action on. I haven't heard someone complain that I wear shoes in a restaurant. I haven't heard someone thank me for wearing shoes in a restaurant.
No, because those are the rules. You have to wear shoes in a restaurant. No shirt, no shoes, no dice. We are all fully aware of that.
Right.
Masks are optional, sir.
Yeah,
Shoes
and no one
are not.
No one wants your filthy, stinky ass feet walking around their stupid store either, or restaurant. I hope it will be the same with masks sooner or later. It's nobody's business. And the only people who are dicks about it are dicks about everything else anyway. I'm just tired of being not just a thing, but a big, stupid fucking culture war thing. So mind your business. Do what's best for your health and in consideration of the health of those around you. And don't be a dick. Yeah, see, you think you're doing something for the health of people around you. That's where we fall off. Will.
Well, I would like to know what Will's attitude was, say, 2 years ago.
In which way? You think he was...
About his mask and about other people masking up and where he was at, what his philosophies were then?
Yeah.
Was it all just, you know, boo-boo-boo? Or was he one of those fucking Nazis?
Nazis.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. But the fact that you said in consideration of the health of those around you tells me you haven't read more than a kindergartner's book on this shit. Because you would know how retarded that statement is, Will. Maybe you could research a few things, just see how much you were hoodwinked, taken advantage of, lied to, and used before bragging about how great you are and as a person. You seriously, you're the definition of a useful idiot. They count on people like you to they can hoodwink you into believing bullshit.
Yeah.
And then when that's totally disproved and the shit comes out of the wash and you go, oh, they just arbitrarily made up 6 feet. That was based in jack shit. Oh, cloth masks never worked and they knew that all along. So this idea that in late 2023, you still think you're looking out for people's health?
I was hoping he had like some underlying
Fuck
health
off,
issues or
dude.
something. Was like, you know, I've got some asthmatic issues. I just choose to try and go the extra mile to protect myself. Not so much.
Fine. And if you want to believe that, fine.
But he didn't say any of that.
No, he didn't.
No.
But if he wants to believe that, fine. He can believe in fairy godmothers for all I give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. But this idea that you and your wife have tricked yourselves into believing you're doing what's best for the health consideration of others, Will, read anything. Like, this has so been debunked. I know it's a little trickier because Google won't show it to you, and YouTube will ban you for even having the conversation still. You're not a hero in any way. I know you already know that, but I think you are, and you're just not. So
They all do.
yeah, they do. They can say whatever they want. They're good. They're good with words. They can make it sound one way or the other. But yeah, I don't think you'd be welcome company in Will Wheaton's house without a mask.
Oh, probably not.
You know what I mean? Like if he was having a brunch on a Sunday afternoon.
A gathering.
Yeah, if he was having any sort of gathering, I don't think he'd be allowed to walk up to his doorstep without a mask on. Just my guess.
Probably got to take his shoes off, too.
Oh, yeah, exactly. 8 students face murder charges after the FBI and local police arrested them just yesterday in connection to the beating death of a Las Vegas teenager near a local high school. This story is so disgusting to me. Are you familiar with it?
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
8 dudes jumped a dude and beat the shit out of him and he died?
To death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is this one where he died, of his injuries later, or was
At
he...
the hospital, but, beaten unconscious, and then goes to the hospital. They put him on life support, and then they unplug him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty clear. The medical examiner ruled it homicide.
Yep.
It's all on video. Kids are proud of it.
Perfect. Exactly right. Well, that's good. That way we know exactly who to fucking execute.
Right. Jonathan Lewis Jr., 17-year-old student at Rancho High, died on Tuesday while receiving treatment for injuries he suffered during the attack. Lewis Jr.'s father said his son was hospitalized, put on life support until he passed away due to his injuries. He died with complications of multiple blunt force injuries and listed his manner of death as homicide. The names of those arrested were not released. All 8 students are between 13 and 17 years old. There's something else I noticed about all 8 students.
Yeah, what's
Wonder if
that?
you could guess what that is.
They were scholars. They were on the dean's list.
They were not on the dean's list as far as I'm aware.
They were on the basketball team.
They've never, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
They've never participated in Father's Day festivities. They're 13 to 17 years old.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know if that's a big enough hint for you.
No, I'm not getting it. They all come from single mother homes.
Just guessing. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
So-
Was the victim participating in African American? In Father's Day cards.
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah, he's
okay.
white as snow.
I gotcha.
Old John Lewis.
Oh, so are we talking? Is this a hate crime then?
Nah,
No, why not?
no, because it was blacks attacking a white kid. That's not racist.
No, I
That's-
didn't call it
that's-
racist. I called it a hate crime.
No, it's not a hate crime. That's, I don't know, reparations light, maybe.
Let me know when 8 white guys beat a black guy to death, and that is not charged as a hate crime.
Oh, you'll know because the country will grind to a halt for 2 years. We'll burn down every major city in the country.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's how you'll know. You don't have to witness it. You don't have to see it. If those numbers come together like you're talking about,
Yeah.
the country will have national days of mourning. None of us will be at work for a month.
Do we know if the cracker dropped the N-bomb?
I don't think so. No one's made that accusation
Okay,
yet.
all right.
Even if he did, T, I
I'm
hardly
just
think
saying,
that's worth a death beating.
I'm just
you know?
saying.
Yeah.
Curious whether this is out of the blue, whether this is warranted.
And
You know?
even if he did drop an N-bomb, you wouldn't have been able to hear his N-bomb over all the extremely loud N-bombs being dropped by all the other 8 participants.
Okay.
10
All right.
participants. From what I've seen in the videos.
Okay. I have not seen the video.
Not this video, but all the
privy.
other videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching too much World Star.
I watched the World Star today. It was great.
Yeah.
Some fat black chick in a grocery store, and she's got this. What are the dreads dudes wear? And she's just got this dude who's got her by 8 inches in height, and he's probably 100 pounds lighter than her. She's one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Big, and she's got him by the hair, and she's just dragging him through the store. And he's trying to make a fist. He's making a fist. And as soon as he fucking flips this fat tub of shit off him, the whole store converges on him like, what? You were about to hit a woman.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm about to beat this bitch's ass.
she just dragged him through 3 aisles that I watched.
Yeah. Listen,
And then through the registers.
gender
was trying
does
to
not
drag him
cross
out
weight class, my man.
No, and
Yeah.
she had 70 pounds on her.
Right.
Yeah. No, if anyone deserved to be absolutely cracked in the fucking face, it was.
He didn't even get a
that
shot on her?
No,
Not
I
even
don't.
one?
I don't think so. As soon as they went down to the ground, women, men, all jumped in. They were like, "You don't dare hit a woman! You don't dare hit a woman!" I'm like, "Well, first off, he didn't hit a woman.
Right.
You know, he absolutely should have. That was the mistake he made. Is that he didn't wind up and pop that broad in the nose right there in the aisle."
Yeah.
You know, you can't just grab a man by his dreadlocks and start dragging
No.
him through fucking aisles.
Right.
I wouldn't think anyways.
I may not close fist, but I'll backhand the shit out that bitch.
Dude, if I showed you the video, you would absolutely
I
close
would
fist.
probably. Oh,
Because he was bent over and he couldn't move. She had so much of his hair. And he's like, let go. Fucking let go of me as he's being dragged.
But we don't see how this video started, do we, Michael?
No.
Okay,
Maybe
so
he-
you're
maybe
taking
he called her an
assumptions.
N-bomb.
That's what I'm saying. You're making assumptions,
Yeah. I can only judge based on the video I saw.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know where the origin of this. Maybe this dude was totally wrong.
Maybe
he was trying to smack a bitch up, and she fucking gave him the what,
Yeah. Maybe.
and then he got away for a second, and he was going to square up, and they were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you can't do that."
I'll try to find the video after the show and show it to you.
Yeah, I don't
and
care.
see. Yeah.
Could not care less.
No, they're still fun to watch a little bit.
Yeah, no. Had he fucking laid into her, I might watch it.
Yeah, that's true. And had he laid into her, I would have showed it to you already.
Yeah, well, there you go. See,
Yeah. So, let's see here. A process known as certification allows authorities to automatically move murder charges to the adult system for 16-year-old or 17-year-old suspects under Nevada state law.
no, I want those 13-year-olds charged as adults as well.
Judges can also certify suspects over the age of 14 as adults for any felony offense, including murder.
Okay.
I would hope like
This should
exclusively
constitute-
murder, but
Yeah.
Lewis Jr. was severely beaten by a violent mob near his high school. Senior said a smaller friend of Lewis Jr. had an item stolen by a group of 15 who then threw the boy in a trash can. Okay. When Lewis Jr. confronted the mob, big mistake right there, Lewis.
Yeah. No,
You know?
you brought a fucking fly swatter to a gunfight.
Yeah. When Lewis confronted the mob, they attacked him. A couple people attacked him, and they weren't able to hurt him enough. And then they all attacked him at once. Video footage circulated on social media, which appears to show a large group of students pushing a young male to a fence and severely beating him while the victim lies on the ground. Vegas police said authorities believe 10 people were involved in the attack, all of whom were described as students of Rancho High. But that's all they described.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope I'm right on this. You're not just going to see much reporting on it.
Sure. Why
At
would
all.
you?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm almost positive it was like all
You gotta
black
learn.
kids.
You gotta learn how to turtle, man. You gotta get down. You gotta cover the head. You gotta.
But if you got
tuck
10
those
on
knees
you
up, I
or
know.
8
but
on you, like-
you gotta cover the vitals, man. You gotta just absorb it.
But if they keep going, they'll
Yeah.
kill you.
Eventually. Yeah. Well.
You know?
Yeah. As soon as you pop that head up one time, it's just gonna take one fucking Air Jordan to the face.
Yeah. He described the video of the attack as void of humanity, but suggested there was no evidence to consider the incident as a hate crime.
No, none at all.
No.
Well.
That's the police chief said that.
Well, I mean, if the guy came up, they stole his shit, and he came up popping off about that, and they beat his ass because of that. I don't know that it was because he was white. It was because he was popping off about them stealing his shit.
The only problem I have with that argument is
Why'd they steal his shit?
no, not even that. When we see this story the other way, and some white guy beats the shit out of a black guy, it doesn't matter what the circumstances were. It was a race crime.
Yep.
It was a hate crime and a race issue. Period. End of story. That's what they're going to charge him with. So if a white guy hits a black guy, race is a mitigating factor 100% of the time.
Hey, what's going on with your boy from the subway, by the way? Your Marine.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Perry. Is that his
Yeah.
name? I think he's got court coming up.
Is it coming up? I was wondering if there
Yeah.
was anything happened in that so far.
I can't get over his Jerry curl.
Yeah.
That, I don't know what they call that.
Not a Jerry curl.
Jufro?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
exactly right.
I don't know if you're allowed to sue that right now. Maybe it's better if we say, where are we at war now? Hamas versus, is Israel fro?
Okay, sure.
Can you call it an Israel fro? Is
I guess.
I want to be sensitive.
Yeah. Does it come down like this?
No, but it was all on the mop top, but there was something about the stash and then
The Mr. Brady fro?
yeah, but blonde.
Oh, oof, that's a weird look.
It's a weird look. I still support him 100%.
I know.
Lewis Sr. said this horrific tragedy is reflective of the divisive, conflict-based, uncaring state that our society and humanity is currently facing with how we interact with our community. Empathy and love are great strength, and cowardly violence is pathetic. So, yeah, that's a horrible story.
Yeah, you see it all too often, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's just, we've said it till we're blue in the face. But we grew up at a time where two kids could square off, meet each other at the park at 3 o'clock after school. That could happen. And the second one kid started to okay, this is over. This dude's just going to get his ass kicked. A bunch of dudes would jump in and break that shit up.
Yeah, or if other
The
people started
idea-
jumping in, people
Yeah.
would pull them off.
And you'd be a fucking heel if you did that. Other people would be like, whoa, dude, what the fuck are you doing? They'd be
Yep.
dragging people out
Yeah.
mid-fight. The idea
That's why we're a superior generation.
that you'd have 10 kids pile on one kid, fuck the races, and just beat them until they're unconscious and then dead, was so foreign to us. And I'm sure maybe that happens in some places around the country. I don't know.
Yeah.
We certainly didn't see it where we
No.
grew up.
No, I
and-
mean, I know some people that got jumped, got their ass kicked pretty good.
Yeah.
But even then, nobody fucking, it's the extra that they
Yeah.
have now, the no regard for human life.
None.
At all. Like,
It's very feral in nature. I don't know
is.
how else to say it,
Yep.
but
Yep.
you see that behavior with we're animals.
Yeah.
Humanity is made up of animals,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that sort of behavior with feral dogs, feral animals in the wild that didn't grow up with a pack of nurturing, people in their society to look up to and to teach them how to behave and to teach them how to treat each other.
Yeah.
Like when you just have feral animals, and I'm not saying these human beings are feral animals,
right.
but that's just what it looks like. Where like no person with any sort of conscience at all or regard for human life would behave that way.
No.
And no one in the group, I don't care if you're 13, 14, 15, 16, or 17, nobody has the smarts to go, bro, this goes on 1 minute longer, we might be facing murder charges.
Yeah, right?
Like
all right,
seriously?
you fucking getting out.
Guys,
Okay, all right.
we got it.
Yeah.
We got
No,
it.
because you're afraid that they'll just pile on you now, too.
But if that was, I'm
mob
assuming they're all
mentality.
buddies. I'm assuming they're all, like if you and Derek and Boogs and...
Yeah, until you become the bitch. Then maybe you're not the fucking buddy anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just
I don't know how that would work.
I don't
you
know
would
if
think that you'd need one in the group going, guys, remember how we got in all kinds of shit last time we pushed too far on something? This is one of those situations.
Yeah, no,
we need to knock this off.
You need one
right
man.
here.
You need one leader, one person to have some sort of fucking common sense or
To see
fucking
further
value.
than down the road than fucking 5 feet, which is what they don't seem to be able to do.
No.
Like, you can't play this out. If this dude dies, okay, I don't care if it's a punch between two drunk guys outside a bar. Guy falls down, cracks his head.
Even if he doesn't die, guess what, guys? You just videotaped all this shit. You just submitted your own evidence.
It's
you
like
morons.
the two assholes that ran over the cyclist, the former cop. I think that was in Vegas as
and
well.
They were smug about it in court.
Oh,
Thought they
did
were
you
just
see him flipping
Yeah.
people off, laughing, covering their faces because they were laughing?
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, oh no,
That's
backfired.
void of humanity.
That spectacularly blew up in their face. They're like, yeah, we're not going to get manslaughter. It was just hit and run. That's all you're going to hit charges with hit and run. Like, oh, the fuck we are.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, the part when you were like, ha, get him. Should I hit him? Yeah, hit him.
And then laugh the whole time. And it was the second time you did it that day.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Rot in prison. I don't give a shit. Is there any chance that they could be rehabbed in prison and come out the other side 20 years down the road and live some sort of a productive
Probably
life?
less than if they're on the outside.
You think so? You don't think they could?
Prison's brutal.
Prison is brutal, but there are people.
20 years down the line, they've been there long enough. They have some time to fucking figure it out. That's the chance they get. If they're in there less than 10,
no.
Yeah,
Agreed.
you're in for 20. You might mature enough. You might see enough shit. You might figure the world out a little bit.
Why
you
would
got a
those
chance.
kids not be afraid of prison? Like, that's the part I don't understand. Is it like, my whole family's in prison? It's pretty cool.
No, because
Like,
I don't think they think in those realms.
Yeah.
They're in the moment. They're just it's not on their radar. It's not what they're thinking about. They're not afraid of police and the law and court and repercussions. Like, that's not what they're thinking about.
Well, how quickly did it turn when you saw all those like super progressive prosecutors, right? That were like, if it's a crime I don't believe in, I won't prosecute it. Like that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Like it took 5 minutes for the entire criminal system to understand.
Oh, good.
Oh, look what I
Green
can get
light.
away with in
Green light.
California.
Yeah.
And they're bragging about it. Like, yes, I raped a 12-year-old girl. So fucking what? This guy's going to have me back on the streets. And all that. That one dude was bragging about getting Gascon's name tattooed on him.
Yeah.
Because he knew this guy's not. He's going to have me out by the end of the week. Are you kidding me? This guy's not. This guy's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He's our hero in here.
I know. And that
It's disgusting.
insane. Yeah.
Which is
As the
why those
prosecutor.
kids,
As
to
the
your point,
prosecutor.
when you said they were what they were doing when the cops got them, they were in the back of the cop car and the cops driving them to fucking jail to go through the process or whatever. They're laughing, going, I'll be out by the end of the day.
Yeah.
No one's going to prosecute us for this. We're kids. This is just manslaughter. This is going to be hit and run. I'll be out by the end of the day.
I was talking about
And the cops
even in court. In their court.
That's what they were saying on the way with the cops when they arrested
I know.
them.
And that's what they said in the fucking courtroom. And the judge was like, oh, I don't think so.
I don't think so, pal.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
How about life?
I saw them
motherfucker?
smirking and laughing and flipping people off. I didn't see that.
Yeah. I mean, it was basically the same gist. They weren't taking it seriously. They fucking, I mean, I don't know how much they said in that, but their statements and all that. But that was the attitude they had going in. The judge was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, to me,
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Bye. Delete.
Yeah.
There are some members of humanity that just need to be deleted. They bring nothing to the table. They never will bring anything to the table. And they're dangerous as shit. for the rest of us.
Right.
Most of us are just trying to get through the fucking day, man. Just get through the day. Don't bother anyone. Don't start any shit. I had a wonderful interaction with a black woman today, as a matter of fact.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. Take that racist tag right off you.
Exactly. She was. I was getting a sandwich, and I was coming up to the line, and she came from the other way, and she's just holding like a Pepsi, and the lady's about to take me because I've waited in the proper line, and I just said, oh, did you want to go? And she's like, no. I came up this way. There was only the two of us in there, so it wasn't like there was a line of 20 behind me or anything. And
right. You get to speak for everybody behind you.
Right. Exactly. And I wouldn't have, but I was like, no, by all means, go ahead. She's like, absolutely not. No, I'll wait here. I came around the wrong way. I was like, okay, no problem. And I paid for mine, and then she went up, and I'm filling up a drink, and she comes up and taps me on the shoulder and just says, God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And I was like, what is so hard about that?
It's
to
not.
just be nice to people.
Yeah.
It made my day to have her tap me and say, God bless you. Have a nice day. I said, you have a wonderful day as well. And have a great Thanksgiving next week. I was like, this. And there are other times, like I've gone into the place where we get some burritos from time to time. I won't name the establishment. But some of the
put them motherfuckers on blast.
some of those people in there are just flat fucking rude as shit. And I can't help but think they look at a white guy walk in.
Yeah.
They don't know me
No.
at all. And I'm not loud. I'm not obnoxious. I'm not asking for over the top shit and 100 extra topping. No, I'm like, I'll have this, and that's it. And I'm going to tip you at the end. And they're just like, pfft.
Yeah.
And
It's like
then-
you interrupted them
Yeah.
at work.
And then one of them goes, I go, excuse me? She goes, queso? I was like, no, I didn't want queso on my sandwich. I was like, you mumbled under your breath, and when I said, excuse me, you yelled at me. I was like, boy, oh boy, I got to think if the manager was in this store, they'd be appalled at the behavior in here.
I got a feeling the manager might be part of the problem.
You think?
Fuck yes.
I think they're in certain areas, they're just desperate to get employees. And then, because there are other establishments that sell the same shit that don't behave like that.
No, it's very true. Yeah. Yeah, I generally have wonderful interactions with people out in
Yeah,
the
me
wild.
too. Me
I'm
too, very much.
considerate. I'm thoughtful. I'm kind.
Lots of middle fingers and thumbs downs, though, on the road. from you.
For sure.
Yeah.
for sure. But that's not a personal interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, I'll fucking call it out. If you cut in front of me, you do that shit face to face, person to person, I'll still
Yeah.
do it. That's fine.
And I see you out with the general public, and you're
But I
great
don't.
with them.
Yeah,
You are.
look, don't start none, won't be none.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. But I treat everybody with fucking respect and
Yeah.
So you drive like an asshole, fucking go 5 under the speed limit when I got somewhere to be, you motherfucker.
Yeah, that
How dare
person
you.
needs to die, too.
Oh my god,
That person
In a
literally needs
fiery death.
to die.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that there's. I'm definitely not going to say that there's no circumstance where I would beat someone to death, right? Because I'm sure there are circumstances where I would do that. Could do that. Now,
Yeah.
never like, but that would be
if
so
you were-
extenuating circumstances. It's insane. I mean, never.
If
just
you
in,
were
like,
at the mall with your mom and some dude walked up and cold cocked her,
yeah, I
it'd
still
be
would,
hard not to beat that guy to death.
but not.
honestly.
But again, even that probably not to death.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd beat the fucking shit out of him.
Yeah.
Within an inch.
Yeah.
But not. But again, even with that, so the guy falls back, hits his head, splits his head open, he dies.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, okay, I beat him to death. Oops.
Yeah. This is classic fuck around and find out sort of thing, too.
But for the most part,
But it
I
wouldn't
could
be
never,
malicious like I'm going to murder this dude.
No,
It
I
would
mean
have
like
to be an
the
accident at the end of the day.
rage that I would have to be in to get to that point.
Yeah.
Now, totally capable of it, but that
Yeah.
would have to be. I mean, I can't fathom the circumstance that it would be there. I know it's possible.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Have you ever seen Red? Like, honestly, like,
Yeah.
like that's a real thing.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, you'd always heard that. You've seen it in comics,
Yeah.
someone gets knocked out and they see stars. Like, that's real. And seeing Red in a moment,
Flash.
like, yeah, seeing Red, that happened to me once that I can think of, that, where someone pushed me into, tables and shit, and it turned into a whole thing. including lawsuit. But it was like, holy shit, that's real. Where you see red and it's like, fucking all bets are off. Whatever's coming out of me right now,
Yeah.
you pushed me to this, pal.
Yep.
So
Sure.
own this.
Yep.
Hope you're happy.
Let's hope that never happens
Yeah. Yeah.
for all parties involved.
Yeah. But it's the lack of humanity that we see so many times in these stories where it's just appalling. And I just think of getting older when you truly can't defend yourself. When you're in your 70s, like you're keeping your balance, all of that shit, unless you're in incredible shape.
Yeah.
Most of us are going to be a real fucking.
Have you ever seen that video? There's an old guy, and I think it's probably Europe somewhere, at like a McDonald's, and there's like a group of kids out there fucking with people, and this guy, but he's like a retired boxer. Like,
Yeah.
he's like 70. You ever see that? And
I've seen a
kicks the
couple videos
shit-
like that.
He kicks the shit out of like 5 fucking,
Kids.
teenage kids.
That's the dream, man.
Yeah.
Isn't
Like,
it?
all of a sudden, fucking, he was like, all right, bitch, let's go.
Yeah.
Fucking first one, they're like, oh, all right, old man. He was like, boom, down.
Yeah.
We're like, what? Hey, boom, down.
Yeah.
And this
I
guy's,
love the- I
this
love
guy's
the,
just back in his fucking 20s, like, all right, let's go.
I love the ones that don't learn immediately from watching their friend get tagged and
Yeah.
go down out.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, I guess I'm
Okay,
up.
my turn.
And you're like, boom, good night.
night.
And then he's just like, all right, we're just getting warmed up. I haven't even taken my sweatshirt off yet. And the third guy's like, at that point, just leave, dude. What do you think you're going to
Yeah,
do?
right.
You watch 2 of your buddies taking a nap
Yeah.
on the floor here.
They were probably tougher than you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's, and I'm sure we did a lot of shitty things when we were kids. Like I was in the mall in California. I was visiting my sister and Jen and them, and it was like me and Kristen and the kids. I think it was either there or Arizona. I can't remember, but either way, it was just like, hey, family out at the mall thing, and these fucking punk ass idiot kids with stupid hair, even stupider clothes and shoes, taking up way too much space in the mall, just dancing around. They're loud, they're obnoxious, 15, 16, 17,
Yeah.
think they're the cat's ass. And then as they walk by me, I'm just like, ugh. If you only knew what clowns you guys look like. Nobody in here thinks you're cool. You aren't cool. You're dorks. As they walk by, one leaned into me like that. He goes, your shoe's untied. And I wanted to break his neck. And they just kept going, and it was hilarious to them. Like,
Got him.
I made him look.
Made you look.
It's like, okay. Oh, my God.
Well, it's better than, beating people to death, I guess.
Sure.
So
Sure.
enjoy your silly little games.
Yeah, have your fun. But, at some point, someone's going to just jack your ass. You step into him like that.
Sure.
Dana White, did you see his interview? I know you've watched some of Theo Von's stuff.
Yeah, I have not seen what with Dana White, no.
Yeah, it was funny. I was watching a clip that just came up. I wasn't watching the whole video, but he was talking about, he's like, yeah, one of these companies, one of my sponsors demanded that I remove an interview that I did with RFK.
Oh, yeah. Theo.
Yeah, Theo. Right. And it was like, he's like from a year ago. Dana's like, what company? What company? He's like, honestly, I don't remember. He's like, I don't believe you. What company was it? And he's like, he's thinking about it. He's like, it was fucking Peloton. It was
Really?
Peloton, yeah. And Dana White has him pull up the CEO of Peloton. And he's like, I wonder where this clown lives. San Francisco. He's like, can't you just tell this fucking asshole?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's calling his he's like, hey, what do we have in our UFC gyms? What do we have? He's like, well, we got this brand and that brand. He's like, do we have Peloton? The guy's like, yeah, oh yeah, we've got Peloton stuff, blah, blah. He goes, I want them all out. Throw them in the garbage. I want every one of them out of our facility today.
Perfect.
Not tomorrow, today. I want them all out of the facility.
I really, really like Dana White.
Yeah.
I really like Dana White.
He's operating on a different level.
He is. Even to the point of like, just his pressers after
they're
the
great.
fights and
Fantastic.
stuff. It really is. Just the way he handles himself, the way he interacts with people. He's not afraid to like learn. He learns things, and it will change his fucking opinion. He's a great guy, really. I'm not a great guy, but
Seems like a great guy.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing that I've seen of his where I go, ugh.
I mean, it could be a piece of shit for all I know, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Right.
The people he runs with, the people that you see talk about him, you never see something like women going, "Oh my God, he just grabbed my titties and ass."
Well,
in the bar
he did fucking smack up his wife on that video.
Did he?
There was that, yeah.
I don't remember that. She probably had it coming though. I don't know.
I'm sure she
I
did.
wasn't there.
Yeah. I think the meatloaf was burnt.
Maybe. Well, that'll do it.
No, I think it was like a New Year's Eve something a year or two ago or something, and like she smacked him and he smacked her right back.
Well, that's
that's
your place. That's
absolutely right. But that the whole big stink was made of that. But.
Well, I think you'll like this because the UFC is what he's the CEO and president of. Mm-hmm. He told one of his sponsors for the mixed martial arts organization to go fuck yourself.
Right up my alley.
When directed by the unnamed company to remove a post on his personal social media account that included a picture with him and the former President Trump.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. One of our big sponsors called and said, take that down. You know what I said? Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
You vote for whoever you want to vote for. I'll vote for whoever I want to vote for. That's how this works. I don't even care who you're voting for. None of my fucking business. Fuck you. Don't ever fucking tell me who to vote for. If any UFC sponsors object to White's friendship with Trump, the UFC owner said such companies would receive the same response. I'm at a point now in my life and in my career.
Yeah, I mean, that's fuck you money. He's got now.
Where I want to be with people I'm aligned with. It's not just about the money. It's about the money because it's a sponsorship deal, but it's not just about the money. I'm not going to take a bigger offer if it's not something I'm aligned with and don't 100% believe in. When you do a sponsorship deal with somebody, you have to look deep into who they are and who's running the company, who's making the decisions, and are you aligned? It's like the whole Bud Light deal. He's catching a lot of shit for aligning with Bud Light. People are talking shit now, sellout and all this. Believe me, I'm the furthest fucking thing from a sellout. Bud Light is the right move for me. Last month, UFC announced a multi-year sponsorship deal with Anheuser-Busch, making Bud Light the new official beer. They're exactly who I want to be with right now, and we are very aligned as far as core values goes, noting the company employs, 65,000 Americans, which is big to him, partners with U.S. farmers, works with veterans and first responders. Those are you that are hardcore. Some of you are fanatical on this shit. You guys think you're all looking for an apology. I'm not going to fucking apologize to you, and neither is Bud Light. I understood his argument. I think the Bud Light one for that. So obviously the pushback he's getting is because of Dylan Mulvaney, blah, blah, blah. I understand. But for Dana, I think the part that he's missing when people had enough of being told by these companies what to believe, who to vote for, how to behave, what you need to now, how you need to speak in public. It's been a constant waterfall of shit coming at us as Americans.
Yeah.
And we don't like that. Bud Light was the first and easiest to go, oh, fuck you. It's very easy for me to avoid your very specific product. Doesn't mean I'm not going to buy an Anheuser-Busch product. I mean Bud Light, the number one beer in America. I can go out of my way to avoid that fucking thing. Doesn't cost me anything. I don't have to say anything. I could just go drink a Miller Lite and fuck off. And so I think it was more that blow up for Bud Light. Like people had it, and you can't tell a mom she can't shop at Target anymore or Walgreens because they've gone super woke and they're putting Tuck-It fucking bathing suits for their toddlers in the front window. Like they still need to shop at Target. Mm-hmm. So it makes it very hard to boycott everything you don't agree with. The Bud Light one was perfect.
Yeah.
Easy to step into that zone and go, I'll just do Miller Lite. I'll do Coors Light. I don't care.
Right.
Easy.
But what's the point you're trying to make on that?
I understand.
I'm confused a little bit as far as
I
what
understand
you're trying to say.
Why Dana White is saying, hey, they align with my values on what they do for farmers and how many people they employed and veterans. That's all true.
Right.
This other thing that Bud Light did was the final straw that broke the dromedary's back.
I understand.
Which is why the vitriol to Bud Light. Bud Light didn't deserve that for the Dylan Mulvaney
exactly
thing.
Right.
They didn't.
And that's the point of that. So they paid a hefty price. They paid the
huge.
ultimate price. They paid they paid for everyone's sins, right? It came to so. I mean, you can argue whether it was they were right or wrong in that. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
And in the grand scheme of things, in hindsight, that there was more damage probably done to all the good causes that they do.
Could be
from that boycott that people to support because of the boycott on that.
Yeah.
So that he wants to align with all that. Okay, the Mulvaney thing's over. It's done. It's gone. It's past.
Yeah.
It was a moment in time.
Yeah.
All this other shit that they've done for the last 20 years and they're doing for the next 20 years.
I don't think I'm explaining my point.
I don't. That's why I was asking you, and
yeah.
I was trying to get you to.
No, I think unrelated to Bud Light, lots of companies were behaving the same way. That don't make it very easy to boycott that company because they're too big in society. Bud Light is an individual can. You can buy a fucking individual tall boy, a 6-pack, a 40, a fucking case. But there's also right next to it, you don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to drive 4 miles out of your way to a different store. They've got literally every beer in the world. So it was like, oh yeah, you want to do the tranny bitch in my fucking football thing and March Madness? Fuck you. I'm going to put that back like I've bought for 30 years. And I'm going to do Coors Light this time. It was a very, very easy. It was the final straw that broke the dromedary's back.
Right.
Is why the reaction was so visceral. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I know, but that was never. I mean, I guess that was never in question. I'm not sure what the point of bringing that up was.
He was saying how it wasn't fair what happened to Bud Light. I'm like, well, that's a special case where people were willing to disregard.
Didn't you just say that it wasn't fair what happened to Bud Light?
Yeah, 100% it wasn't fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why. Again, I'm just confused on where we're at here.
Dana White wasn't fully understanding. Like, it almost came off like, hey, they've done all this good, all this good, all this good, all this good. I'm like, yeah, they became collateral damage for this ultra super woke push going on with major brands that you've supported your whole life. The Bud Light one jumping into the mix made it very easy to boycott them. So they took out all the LL Bean, all the Target, all the Walgreens shit, all the Disney shit, all the movie shit, all the media shit, name it, that they were getting pushback from as normal Americans. They took it out on Bud Light in that instance because it was the easiest one to do. That's all I'm saying. Did they deserve to lose $15 billion market share and not be the number one? No.
I know.
They did.
Okay.
That's all.
I know. I'm still confused on what you're saying because we
I'm
know.
not going to explain it again, dude.
Well,
I don't know how else I can explain it.
But there's nothing. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I just don't. I'm more the point, I guess, than what you're saying there.
I don't know how else I can explain it. I don't know. I'm saying while it was
I'm
unfair,
not questioning what you say. I wholeheartedly understand and agree that happened. That was never in question.
But that's what Dana was almost questioning. Like, oh, it was just Bud Light in a vacuum, and they've gotten all this vitriol and hate. It's like, well, no. Put it in the context of everything normal in society seems to be crashing around people.
I think Dana White probably gets that more than most.
I know he does, but in this particular interview, he was acting like this was unfair, and I'm just trying to explain why the reaction was the way it was.
Okay.
And it wasn't as much Bud Light as Bud Light was taking the beating for everything Disney's done, everything Target's done.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. That's why the hit was so fucking hard.
Yeah, of course.
Right. But I don't know why he wouldn't see that. Like, he was almost acting like, oh, Bud Light put this tranny on the can, and then they lost everything. And it's like,
which is true.
It's a very simplistic way to look at it.
But true, but that is the fact of what happened.
Yeah, if you want to look at it in the most base, simplistic way, that's what you could do. I'm trying to give a little more explanation as to why Bud Light got met with that kind of vitriol.
Yeah, I don't think that was
That's all.
Okay.
It was in question to him, is what I'm saying, because of his attitude.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
But either way, it's the dream to me to be able to tell someone like that, a sponsor, to fuck off. Like, look, do you want to reach an audience or not? That's the end of where this relationship goes, right? If you're looking to reach an audience, then you don't get to go, oh, by the way, you need to take down this comment you made or this tweet you sent. Like, fuck off. My audience liked that tweet, and they liked that opinion.
Yeah.
And so if you don't want to be a part of that,
Yeah, hey, listen, fucking Peloton or
Yeah.
whatever. It's my audience that you're trying to reach.
you're trying to reach it.
You're using my audience. I'm not using yours.
Right.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, eat the whole bag. The problem is most companies, most shows.
20 years ago, he might have taken the post out. But before he's got
doubt
fuck,
it.
before he's got
Well,
fuck you
yeah,
money.
maybe.
I'm saying he's in a position now where it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He's fine, and there's people fucking tripping over themselves to sponsor
Right.
the UFC.
Theo Vaughn is even in the position now where he's like, oh, we have sponsors that
Yeah.
I can pick and choose. And that's the dream right there, is getting to that
Sure.
point where it's like, no. And I wouldn't, I'd feel so gross if I was advertising somewhere and then I had the nerve to fucking go to them and be like, by the way, this commercial you used to run
Yeah.
it
Doesn't align with our values.
doesn't align with our values. Remove it, or we're not going to buy ads. Like, no, so gross.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to reach an audience, and I think you can help me do that. So here we go. What
Yeah.
does it cost?
You want my audience? This is what it's going to cost. You
Yeah.
don't? Goodbye.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Goodbye.
We've got a petition going around. It's reached 30,000 signatures. That's not bad.
Oh, I have a caveat to that.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The petition to save Marvin's marvelous mechanical museum.
Okay. Are
is
they
out
going
there.
under?
No, Meyer's trying to buy the whole fucking thing and knock it down.
What?
There's a meeting there's a city hall meeting tomorrow for it. Yeah, I shared it in the there's a petition.org out there for
Okay.
Marvin's marvelous mechanical museum. Yep.
Yeah.
And to help save it. And when I saw it, when I shared it, it was at about 5,000, and it was like the goal was 7,500. And I
Signatures?
looked, yeah, and I looked not that long later to see how it was doing, and it was over like 9,000 and 8,000 and like 10,000. So it's gaining a lot of momentum. Let's hope.
It should.
Yes, as it should.
Everyone that's from Southeast Michigan probably
Right.
has some sort of interaction with Marvin's.
Well, there's a band called Tally Hall.
Yeah.
You aware of that?
Oh yeah,
I knew that there was.
their album was marvelous.
That was their debut out. Their first album was Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum.
Yeah.
Their logo and everything on there.
Yeah, very cool.
Very, very cool. Well, it's funny because I started
God, that
seeing
was
some
years ago.
I started seeing some clips on the GoFund or not the Go Fuck Yourself on the petition.org. People can put little videos on there to support the cause.
Yeah,
And it was all these like young kids, and they were all going like, "I've never been there, but this is that." And they're like, they kept singing this song, and it was that we work in the mall, we're da 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 da. And I was like,
it's Tally Hall.
and it's Tally Hall thing, and I was like, what? I'm like, holy shit! And I looked into it, I realized that their album is actually
wait, how
named
old is that album that kids would be aware of it?
Kids listen to shit. I don't know. It's been a minute. That was
I mean,
that's gotta
Tally
be
Hall.
10 years old.
Oh,
It's
at
gotta be.
least.
Yeah.
I was thinking 90s.
Yeah.
But maybe it was later than that.
I think it was later than that. I think,
Man,
but
probably.
Anyway, so that's my petition.org. So
Yeah.
we do not have 30,000 signatures. Hopefully we get there, but
Yeah.
what's this
yeah.
one for?
This is, they are petitioning against having trans and non-binary performers in Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh,
Yeah. So they're trying to have Snoopy on a float and Chuck Brown and,
yeah, they can't have the drag queen float go by.
no, they're like, okay, fucking enough. You know what I mean? Can we just watch Snoopy and Garfield go by without the fucking push of this shit? And so 30,000 doesn't seem like that much.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to
They
do
were at
anything
like
for you.
17,000 yesterday. And you know what? It's getting press. So maybe it's 1 million now. Who
It
knows?
might be.
But
Yep.
so they want people to boycott their sponsor Macy's as of Wednesday. 30,000 people had inked the petition against the non-binary and transgender extravaganza in the parade of floats and balloons. Now I don't know if that's their words or if Macy's put that out. My guess is that's their words.
I would think
like
so,
to make
yes.
them sound bad, like it's some absolute over-the-top tranny fest.
That would be my thought, yes.
Yeah, I don't know that for sure, but certainly that would make sense. Macy's has not commented on the campaign, shock, which takes aim at the appearance of trans non-binary Broadway performers Justin Sullivan and Alex Newell. So you got Monica Cole, director of 1 Million Moms, said her campaign is picking up traction, urged consumers to go one step further by refusing to spend any money at Macy's, urging Macy's to no longer push the alphabet agenda in the name of entertainment by including non-binary performers, potentially exposing millions of viewers to this liberal nonsense. Macy's is leaving conservative families with no other choice than to not watch this parade and no longer patronize their stores either. I haven't watched the parade in 30 years, so
Nope.
I have who cares, but I know that's a bunch of kids there. You know, family, that's kind of a tradition, especially in New York, for families to take their young children out to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and it's on TV and all the pomp and circumstance. She accused Macy's of pushing the gay agenda during prime time, said a holiday tradition that has delighted crowds along the parade route in Manhattan since 1924 is no longer family friendly. Spokesperson for Macy's issued a generic statement. The event would delight Americans everywhere with the most popular music acts, the best of Broadway, our country's finest marching bands and dance teams, and giant balloons and floats. I don't think anyone has a problem with the most popular music acts, finest marching bands, dance teams, giant balloons, and floats. I don't think they have a problem with any of that. I don't think they have a problem with the cast of Cats from Broadway coming out there, or the cast from Rent going out from Broadway, if you want to have Broadway stars. But don't act like people are stupid and don't see through your agenda. When you handpick a couple trans people from Broadway to throw in a float, don't act like, oh, yeah, we just randomly picked a couple
Just happened to be.
Broadway, and, you know, here we are. Sullivan, so that would be... who did I say Sullivan was? Justin Sullivan, a trans non-binary singer who uses which 3 pronouns?
Caesar.
No, good guess.
They, them. We.
He, she, and they.
No.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
No.
His body is choice, T.
Dude. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
you can't have them all.
Yeah, that's what he wants, though. That's what they
That's
want.
why there's 70 fucking 2 and growing, because they can't make up your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Fine. You don't want to be a he, be a she. You don't want to be a she, be a they. But you can't fucking be all
See,
3.
I have a problem with the they part.
I do too. Don't even get me started on Caesar.
No,
It's not even a real fucking thing.
No, I know.
I'm just saying.
And once
If you're
you
going to play this
normalize
game, play by
those-
the rules.
Once you normalize those, they don't become cool anymore.
Oh, my God.
So you're going to have to invent more Zers.
How can you possibly have all 3 pronouns?
He, she, they. Those are my pronouns. So if I call you he, you're not going to have a problem. If I call you she, you're not going to have a problem. If I call you they, you're not going to have a problem.
What can you call this person that will have a problem? Because I would like to call them that.
Maybe Zer.
Oh, I bet that'd be incorporated in there somehow.
They is understood to be appearing in the parade as a cast member of the Broadway musical and Juliet.
What, Juliet?
And Juliet.
And?
And sign.
Oh.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, just and Juliet?
And Juliet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the end Juliet, like kill that bitch.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that too.
Oh, well.
No? In which
No comment.
he plays the role of May, a non-binary character. Newell, for his part, so that is Alex Newell, is gender non-conforming. And he uses which 3 pronouns?
Don't tell me it's all 3.
He, she, they. You're doing it wrong. I agree with you, T. You're just doing it wrong.
Oh, fuck me.
Here's the problem that I have with this.
Where to start?
Where to start? Where this goes off the rails for a lot of people, and what people see is you're not focusing on educating, people in old folks' homes. You don't give a shit what those people think. There's a very specific reason why Disney's very important. Why the toy section in the fucking mall store is important. There's a reason why something that's family friendly and wholesome, like the library or the Thanksgiving Day parade, would come under attack, no matter how small it may be to them, to he, she, they.
Yeah.
They may go, what's the big deal? There's 30,000 balloons and people. We're just two in the mix. You wouldn't even notice us. No. What you're doing by doing this is trying to normalize. It's pure normalization for this.
Yeah.
So it's it's why that you were so uber focused on children's spaces, which is what really creeps people out, honestly. Freaks have always been around. Not that these people are all freaks, but freaks have always been around. But
they come out at night too.
They do. But they've always had their place. It's like, it's kind of cool. You go to New York City, you might see some wild shit, in some of the more seedy areas. Like, okay, none of us have a problem with that. Whatever. To each their own. Don't fucking rape people. Don't kill people.
It's good advice.
And we won't have a problem. And I don't want anyone to hurt these people. Someone does, they should go to prison for that. Mm-hmm. Someone jumps you strictly because you're a transgender person, that's fucking awful on every level. Yep. And they should be prosecuted for that. That's not how we're supposed to operate. But going into all the children's spaces, whether it's the most toddler-esque kiddie shows or their movies, and they're bombing consistently. They're all bombing. All the Disney shit is bombing horribly.
Yep.
That, to me, says, okay, at this point, I don't know how you look at this as anything but grooming or normalization, to where you make it so once you kick down this door, it makes it very easy to just everywhere and make it seem normal. Yeah. It's not normal. It's not. And so you want to have people on the Macy's Day Parade that are missing limbs, children that are going through, you want to have the cancer float, like, good, by all means.
Of course.
I don't want people to not be represented.
No, everybody loves bald kids.
But yeah, but if we're doing the representation thing, I don't think we need, like, hey, let's represent prostitutes and homeless people either. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not what we're shooting for here. No. It's not what,
it's not healthy.
I don't think parents need to sit down and explain that fucking dude in a dress with a mustache and lipstick going by on the float and try to explain that to a 5-year-old. Mm-hmm. They don't comprehend it.
They shouldn't have to.
No, they shouldn't. And now
not
you're just trying
take
to
your kids to a
normalize it.
parade and then have to have that conversation necessarily.
Yeah,
Right.
That seems like it would be a nightmare. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm just an old man. And
You are.
I'm screaming
but
at the clouds.
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
Marv's is up to 12,700 signatures. By
Awesome.
The way. Yeah.
Awesome. Where did they get
8,000.
pressed? There was like Metro Times. I bet did.
I don't know that
something.
I don't think they've even done it yet. I think a story was coming out today on the news tonight.
Wait, didn't you say it was like tomorrow they're meeting or having a vote?
The meeting is, yeah. I mean,
to decide what?
The city council meeting on to whether the zoning or whether or not they're going to allow Myers to demolish the complex.
Oh, that Myers will be hated by a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, at least
12,700. Do we need a
12,700
Meyer right there? Isn't
I
there?
mean, we do.
Yeah,
but
we kind of do.
I fucking not at this cost. Go find somewhere else.
What about across the street seems dead, where the old Kmart was? There's a Best Buy.
Not anymore.
What's going on there now?
There's an Aldi in there. There's a Party City. It's not dead. That's fucking blown up.
It was dead for a long time.
Yeah, well, it's not dead anymore.
And how big does your fucking Meijer need to be? Can't you leave Marvin's alone and work around it? There's all kinds of.
Nope.
What is there? Bed Bath and Beyond over there.
Yep.
There's on the other side. Well, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Uh-huh. So, but, I'm doing my part. That's all.
Good boy.
Change.org. I think it said petition.org, but it's a petition on change.org.
Yeah, okay.
And ironically,
that's the big one.
I went on there and I searched Marvin's, no apostrophe, just Marvin's, nothing. Marvelous, nothing.
What?
Museum finally came up.
Really?
Yeah, so,
dude, there are signs on the freeway for it. You know how signs always have like, there's McDonald's half a mile up.
Yeah,
there's ones for Marvin's there. Like that's an actual attraction. They should almost.
And it's not just. It's so not just an arcade. Not even close. It's a museum. No. It really is. What Marv has done there.
Yeah. Is
the
Jeremy
collection
helping with that?
he's yeah.
Smart.
The collection that he has and the stuff that he's put in there is really fucking spectacular.
Yeah, that should be relegated to some protected status.
a historical fucking landmark type
Yeah,
thing.
you don't want to lose like Greenfield Village and successful museums. That place probably should be protected.
Yeah, you
honestly.
would hope. You really would hope. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's up to them. They don't own the property.
Yeah.
Somebody owns the property and they want to sell it.
Yeah.
Meyer's going to give them a fucking pretty penny to do it.
Would you use the Meyer?
Fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah, me too.
But better than this one. I mean, anything but this one.
Yeah. Oh, our ghetto Meyer?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But, but no, it makes me sad.
Did you know there was a movie in the work? Before we get to some Ask T-Ray, which we haven't done in a minute, and email, did you know there was a movie that they've made called Coyote versus Acme? It's like one of those live action ones. So that's where it's got like humans in it and the cartoon animation.
Little Roger Rabbit style?
Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect. They announced, Warner Brothers announced they'd be permanently shelving Coyote versus Acme as a tax write-off.
Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, apparently this goes back to some joke somewhere about Wile E. Coyote suing Acme because every bomb he's ever bought, everything to kill the Roadrunner has failed.
Gotcha.
And so that's kind of the premise of the movie, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
I think it was his own incompetence and not Acme per se. I don't think their stuff malfunctioned as much as he.
Oh, I think it
up.
malfunctioned enough.
Yeah, there was some.
There was definitely
yeah, you
some.
push it down, the plunger, it didn't go.
Yeah.
That could be operator error. We don't know.
Every single time. Because Coyote seemed to know his shit. He could wire it right and get it strung across.
But was it wired right?
I mean, it eventually went off, whatever it was. It seemed to burn him. I mean, I think he's got a case that I'd like to hear evidence presented.
Let's get to the discovery phase. Let's see.
Yeah. So the film, already complete.
All right, it's in the can, huh?
Yeah, it's in the can. It's been screened.
Now it's in the trash can? Now it's in the trash can?
Yeah, they were saying that. So the humor piece published in the New Yorker in 1990 combines. So that's where the basis was, where it's like he's suing. So it follows Wile E. Coyote as he sues the Acme Corporation from Looney Tunes. He blames the corporation for all his failed attempts to try and catch his nemesis, the Roadrunner. It's produced and co-written by James Gunn.
All right.
And stars John Cena as Acme CEO.
Boy.
And Will Forte as Wile E. Coyote's lawyer.
All right. Sorry, they already lost me.
Yeah. I like Will Forte.
I do. But
Yeah, Cena, I know.
Come on.
I know.
Put Farrell in there and we'll talk.
Warner Brothers was criticized for pulling similar moves with Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt when it scrapped almost finished projects in favor of a big giant tax write-off in 22. Well, it sounds like Batgirl was going to get creamed.
Yeah.
Because you woke it up and you did all that shit and no one cared.
Yeah.
And it was a garbage movie.
Yeah, they should have written off Captain Marvel or whatever, Miss Marvel, whatever the fuck this last one is.
And by the way, remember I've had some kind of sympathy towards Brie Larson. Like, I'd be really pissed if fuck her.
That gone now?
You're gone.
Yeah.
Gone. I've seen some videos
Is she
of
coming
her
out fucking
swinging. It's just, I don't care what 40-year-old white males think. Wow. And I'm like,
boy.
oh, fuck off.
You might oughta.
Who is the target audience for comic book heroes, Toots?
Yep.
It ain't your 23-year-old purple-haired fucking dyke. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's 40 and 50 and 60-year-old white men.
All right.
So-
Just like when was that what was the one, the gay movie? Fucking Bangers or whatever that was called. Was that Billy on the
Brokeback
Street,
Mountain?
Billy Eichner?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the movie was that he tried that came out and it sucked. And
Oh, yeah, he was
nobody saw it.
blaming-
Yeah, because
yeah.
you're all homophobes.
All
Like,
homophobes.
Or does your movie suck?
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks more than you is your movie.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So they say the difference here was that Coyote vs. Acme is fully completed and tested with audiences. The studio changed course when a group of Hollywood directors and showrunners banded together. Director Dave Green expressed his frustration. For 3 years, I was lucky enough to make a movie about Wile E. Coyote, the most persistent, passionate, and resilient character of all time. I was surrounded by a brilliant team who poured their souls into this project for years. We were all determined to honor the legacies of these historic characters and actually get them right. Along the ride, we were embraced by test audiences who rewarded us with fantastic scores. I'm beyond proud of the final product and beyond devastated by Warner Brothers' decision. But in the spirit of Wile E. Coyote, resilience and persistence win the day. Others came to the movie's defense as well. This is a great movie. Writer-director Ben David Grabinski posted on Twitter, the best of its kind since Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Hey, there you go.
They're all over it. The leads are super likable. It's beautifully shot. Animation's great. The ending makes everyone fucking cry.
Oh, they didn't compare it to Space Jam?
No, they did not. I thought the goal of this business was to make hit movies. I think it's absolute bullshit that a studio can and does shelve the creative work of hundreds of people for a fucking tax break, Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson wrote. I've seen this movie. It's excellent. It tests in the high 90s repeatedly. Also had interested buyers. People working at Warner Brothers are anti-art, and I hope multiple anvils drop on their heads.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, I didn't do it. They did.
Yeah.
Brian Duffield agreed. I don't know how you see this movie and then go, this couldn't happen to me. He didn't work on the project himself, but said he is friends with Green and gave him notes. Green stayed on budget, spent $72 million making the film, and even moved to London for 18 months to save the studio money on post-production costs. I think Coyote is really similar to Barbie in a lot of ways. They're playing with iconography in a really fun popcorn kind of way. So it sounds like they've changed course and are now going to...
Release it?
Yeah.
Well, then better get that tax write-off back.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I know it's a game they play in Hollywood there with the write-offs, because so many movies are made that are just shit.
Yep.
And they just know they can write them all off.
Just get shelved.
Yeah, that's how you avoid paying taxes, folks.
Yep.
That's how one does it.
Churn it out.
All right, T. Dear T. Roy.
All right, let's go.
I am absolutely dreading the upcoming holiday season.
Okay.
It's the worst time of year. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I have a family who actually wants me to attend dinners and gatherings, but I can't imagine anything worse than being there.
Did you write your own Dear T. Roy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Swear to God, it wasn't me. Every time I get together with my family, I'm left cringing in discomfort over the casual racism that they display.
All right.
I won't go into the disgusting detail, but every word they say is tinged with some kind of prejudice.
Ooh.
My family always tells disgusting racist jokes.
Okay.
So this
Are they
year,
disgusting or are they hysterical?
probably hysterical. Yeah, I don't know. She won't give an example, which
I
is
know.
bullshit.
That is a shame, yeah.
She was like, what do you call, 30,000 falling from the sky, night? Because that disgusting. What do you call a million of them drowning in the sea? A good start, like those.
Yeah, those are horrific.
Horrific.
Yeah, and not funny.
Well, they had their day.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't invent those.
Sure, I know.
Just, but it'd be nice to know if she was like, oh, that,
Yeah. Or, no Father's Day cards.
How do you get a black baby to stop jumping on the bed? Put Velcro on the ceiling. How do you get him down? Invite a bunch of Mexicans over for a piñata party. Stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, I would never say.
Oof, God, no.
Never. I wouldn't even dream of it.
No, that'd be offensive.
Yeah, exactly. But it sounds like this family is very comfortable in that setting saying stuff like that. When my mom got in touch to ask, let's see. Okay, so this year I'm refusing to attend Thanksgiving, but now my mom is furious and says I'm ruining the holiday. When my mom got in touch to ask about Thanksgiving plans, I simply told her that I'm not able to make it. I didn't tell her why because I knew it would cause even more drama, and I didn't want what they always referred to as my sensitivity to become more of an issue within my family.
Yeah, sounds like it's already an issue, yeah.
Some things are falling into place here,
I gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, when it's like, oh, they're already calling, oh, God, Christ, Miss Sensitivity's coming over.
What color's her hair going to be this year?
Yeah. Yeah. But when I told my mom, she freaked out, started crying, telling me that we don't know how many Thanksgivings we'll have left as a family. She feels personally insulted by my behavior. How do I make her realize that it's our family that is driving me away and I'm not the villain here? I hate my family for making me out to be the bad guy, but when they are the ones who have displayed such disgusting bigotry. From A Family Untied.
Oh, boy.
What do you say to this, T? This is a tough one.
Bring a darkie.
Ooh. Can't you just bring dark meat turkey?
Go get yourself a BBC.
Ooh.
And bring them to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, that's not a bad
See how
move.
that goes. Force their hand.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see where the rubber meets the road.
Oh, nice to meet you, Lamont. How are we this wonderful holiday season?
Right? Oh, is it okay if I bring my boyfriend? Sure, of course, honey. Can't wait to meet him.
Yeah. Oh, you just bring the guy from the video, there from the picture that sits down with that giant cock hanging down that everyone says.
Well, you can't. He's dead.
He is, but you could find someone like him.
Oh,
You're
I'm
talking
sure.
big BDCs.
Dime a dozen.
Dime a dozen. Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh, we're over 13,000 already.
Nice.
Look at that. This thing's just climbing.
It's going to continue as it gets pressed. You'll see that thing jump to 100,000.
Let's hope. Let's hope. That's what we need.
So my guess here is you've got a super sensitive, super liberal, twatty daughter.
Yep.
And you've got a family that's probably just Midwestern in nature. And maybe they're horrific.
Yeah.
You know, but but the problem is there's
probably a grandpa or an uncle in there that's got some tendencies.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But it's more than likely that they're just laugh out loud.
If it's funny, say it.
Yeah, if it's funny, say it. They're probably inappropriate
Probably
on
not.
some
It's
level.
probably not. Racism probably isn't the constant undertone. But what do I know?
Right. Neither of us are there. We don't know. We're guessing. But she seems very sensitive.
Overly sensitive.
Yes. And so I don't know what the answer is there. I would say it's best that you guys just don't get together for the holidays. Yeah. Family sounds like Trump supporters. The problem is when she throws out,
maybe not going forces their hand. Maybe that makes them, take a deep, long, hard look in the mirror at themselves and what drove you away.
Yeah.
Or it might be the best Thanksgiving for them yet.
Yeah.
We'll find
my
out.
guess is it would be.
We'll see.
Here's the problem that we run into.
But just
though,
going and being
is when
fucking cunty is not going to solve anything.
No. When you start throwing away words like outrageous bigots and blah, 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 that could simply be that someone at the dinner table says, man, it'd be nice to shore up this border. This is getting a little out of control. That to her might be bigotry on the highest level.
They could have all just voted for Trump.
Right. Exactly. That's my point.
Yep.
Is so her words
mean nothing.
used to mean something. They used to, and you go, oh, that's horrible that you're subject to that from your family. But now that could just mean like, I think we should have some sort of policy before we just let any random foreigner into our country. So
boy, cancel Christmas.
I don't know that it's a great idea that we let 12-year-olds start transitioning and then cut their fucking healthy tits out of their body at 16. I don't know that that's a great idea. Being around
Dad.
these transphobes.
Oh, my God.
Being around these transphobes, I can't do it.
You don't understand.
TDC Rough and Rowdy.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Mike, I will take James as a tag team partner, and together we will beat the shit out of any two TDC listeners. You in, James? With love, Bone Job.
All right.
Should we take on James and Connor?
Well, wait.
No, we got to MC the thing.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't want you as my partner.
Well,
I got
Connor's not a
people.
huge dude. I don't know much about James.
That's fine. I mean,
could we pull off TDC Rough and Rowdy? And Bone Job coming in hot.
Yeah, right.
Take any two. There's some big motherfuckers that listen to this show.
You people hear that? You take that shit?
If I was a Crack Brothers right now,
exactly.
I'd be like, we'll be home at the holidays.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Rough and Rowdy 1. Here we go.
I think we got a grand champion picked already.
Yeah.
For the Crack Brothers. If they wanted to get into this, and I'm sorry, James, I'm sorry, Mr. Byrne.
Right.
No offense. Mm-hmm. But that will not go well for you.
We should put like Howard Tanner and Dwight, both like 6'8", like 300 pounds. Put those two together as the heavyweight champ tag team.
Yep. All right. Why don't we get out of here? All
right, let's do that.
Why don't we call it a day? We've gone a little long. Hope you enjoyed the show, folks. We'll be back. We got one more day this week, and then a short week next week.
Yeah, very short.
Best week of the year.
Yep.
Thanksgiving. And so, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see y'all then.